Hi everyone, my name is Dorothy Newbury-Birch and I'm going to be talking you through what co-production research is today. So about me, I'm Professor of Alcohol and Public Health Research at the School of Social Sciences, Humanities and Law at Teesside University, where I lead a team of 20 researchers and PhD students who all do work around public health and alcohol. In terms of this project, I'm leading Work Package 3 with Dr Gillian Waller, and for the whole project as a whole, I'm providing public health and co-production expertise. So what we're going to do today is we're going to understand what co-production research is and to understand the theoretical underpinnings of co-production research. So what is co-production? Well, in its very simplistic form, it is collaboratively working with people that we are doing research with. We often hear of people talking about doing research to people, but co-production is about how we do it with people. So it's about translating knowledge, it's about participatory action, whereas much as both sides contribute to the research. What we know from the past is the traditional method of service delivery and research was experts are parachuted in to save the day and do the research. And that was the way that we did research and still do research in a lot of situations. However, we now know that we've got to come down from our ivory tower as academics. We need to be out there learning how systems work and why they work in certain ways for us to be able to do research that is of use to practitioners and the people who we're working for, which is populations within communities. So in terms of the theoretical underpinnings, when we look at asset-based health, Aaron Antovsky felt that medical professionals were too obsessed with the cause of disease when they should be focused on factors which create health in individuals and communities. It's the start of public health, of us looking to see what can be done to stop things happening. And what we all know is that every community has assets that can be used in terms of what we're doing. So that might be financial, but it might not be. It might just be some people within the area who can help us understand the context of what we're doing. And I truly believe that by working with communities, it is possible to develop services which utilise a community's assets and result in services which are meaningful to the people who will use them. Because if they're not meaningful for them, what is the purpose? So evidence suggests that having control of one's own life is health enhancing. I mean, that makes sense to all of us. So by developing communities and drawing on existing assets rather than delivering services to them, we can move towards securing better health and well-being for these communities. Most evidence informing public health policy tends to be in the form of tightly controlled intervention trials conducted by universities, which often raise questions about the transferability of research to real-world practice. Now, I need to be clear here. We do need to have randomized controlled trials to assess the effectiveness of something. But in order to do implementation studies and studies where we want to get it out into practice, we need to involve people within the community. So what we do know is that academic researchers and public health practitioners working together on all aspects of research can result in research which is more translational. And in the second half of this presentation, you will see a case study of how we've done that. Now, You've got to have some key skills as a researcher when you are doing this kind of work. You've got to have confidence, you've got to be enthusiastic, you've got to be empathetic, and you've got to have the right skills and training to be in order to understand the context of where you're doing this work. And a lot of buddying up, making friends with the people we're working with in terms of practitioners and people from the community. So what are the outcomes? What is the purpose? Well, it ensures a demystified approval process with clear structures now in place for all future evaluations within the local authority or wherever you're working. It can highlight weaknesses in internal processes and governance. It can give us an awareness of building in evaluation and consent at contract initiation when we're doing research. And one of the key things we've found is that allocated time is needed for researchers to be in an environment conducive to analysis and learning. So that means researchers have to be on the shop floor, so to speak, to learn how that process works in the environment we're in. But it's also good for people who work there to come and see what it's like to be an academic, to actually have some time away and be able to really concentrate on the learning and the analysis. We know that practitioners can learn key research skills, data entry and analysis, survey design, ethical approvals, quantitative and qualitative research skills. And these don't take a lot of teaching. It's a case of you need to teach at the level of the people that you're working with. But more importantly, or as importantly to me as an academic, we can learn about the cultures and processes with how do we get access to participants. And we know that we can't get access to participants without gatekeepers out there in the field. So it's really important for us to be able to get to the right people at the right time. So we've learned what co-production is, and we've discussed the theoretical underpinnings of co-production research. There's quite a lot of further reading to do here. There's a lot of stuff out there. We've just recently written a book where we've used case studies to show what we mean, but there's also other things out there that you can look at. So the next section, which will be a separate recording, will look at co-production in practice. So I'm going to talk you through a case study of some of the work we've been doing with the local authority. Thank you.